Sharedalal from YG Trivedi Associates. From YG Trivedi Associates and company. And he's going to give us his take on the whole intellectual property initiative that his company undertakes every year. So, Mr. Nakul, please give us our readers a message from your side.
So far as Children's Day is concerned, it is very difficult to blend IP with a child. But since IP is very dry, I talk about it in such a fashion. But we, over the years, have experienced that we have had with IP Baldin, as we call it. And we are conducting that program at AMA. What we have found is we have found a new ways to put it across in a very creative fashion to the children, and they have found it very interesting. So to begin with, this initiative YG Trivedi AM Academy for Intellectual Property Rights began in the year 2007. And since then we have been organizing this Children's Day, celebrating it with our field, which is IP, Intellectual Property Rights. Since a child comes to know about it only when he goes to a college and studies IP. Maybe if he doesn't take up law, then he studies it very
most college students are not
in some courses they take up, they do not get even any glimpse of IP in their curriculum. So what we have thought is that the children nowadays are very innovative and they keep on doing a lot of stuff. So by coming to our program, they can at least get a glimpse of what are the basics of IP, and meanwhile if they are doing something and they are very curious, then they might put it across to their parents, and they can then register it and then they can go about it. So the basic goal is to make every child aware of IP, at least in the vicinity that we are living in.
Right. So you're inculcating the habit of being aware about intellectual property laws at an early age.
Yes, absolutely.
So they can, if a child is creative and he or she wants to pursue something in the field of, say, art,
yes,
they know exactly how to go about, and they know the do's and don'ts of intellectual property.
Exactly. When you talk about art is a very creative topic, and art is related to copyrights, and copyright itself is a very creative part of intellectual property right, which includes cinema, which includes storytelling, which includes books, which includes publications, literary works, which means the topics that writers write upon, and which also include broadcasting rights and paintings and artists, and so the list, music, lyrics, so the list is endless. So being the 21st century, we live in a very creative in form of expression. I believe every child is some or the other way related to any form of art. And be it in the school or the extracurricular activity. So if he brushes through the art in some or the other form and he come up with something, then he should be at least aware that his work is to be protected as intellectual property right, or if he has published it, then it has already begun. So that is our basic goal.
So being aware of intellectual property of our own self and being respectful of others also.
Yes.
So that you don't infringe upon others' rights also.
Yes. That is a very technical angle for a child to understand. But having said that, we present very innovative sort of cases for a child to understand.
And even the module is very simplistic, so that children can understand.
Absolutely. And we put it across in a form where we present it in a very fun angle, in a very cartoon fashion, where we link cartoons with intellectual property, or we link various shapes and daily activities of brands which children time and again visit with intellectual property, and that's how we take it forward, and that's how we make a child understand. Okay, these are your daily things that you do. Maybe these are the brands that you visit often. Next time you visit, please keep this in mind and go with that idea.
Okay.
So that is how we.
And what exactly is the significance of doing this particular initiative, undertaking it on the 14th of this month, on Children's Day?
Because it's a Children's Day, we thought how better to promote IP with a child than on Children's Day. So on that particular day, we organize a program and we show them various slides, PPT, maybe a video or two, and we give them a quiz also at the end of the program, and so we get to know that if a child is with us for half an hour, 45 minutes, or maybe an hour or two, then what all he has taken back. So what happens is that from that feedback we understand that in next program we need to just cultivate these forms and make it more interesting for a child, and maybe, you know, and it's very interesting after such programs, maybe a couple of kids, maybe they walk up to me and they ask me such interesting questions, exactly how my client does. So it's very interesting. That's when I get to know that yeah, it's actually paid off, the day has actually paid off. So it's pretty satisfying in that way.
And since Mr. Nakul wasn't aware of the open page before we gave him a copy, would you like to give our readers a message from your side?
The readers get a message that I'm the 1 lakh first reader of open page now.
Thank you.
And the readers always get a message that be aware of intellectual property, be aware of the basics of it, at least respect intellectual property wherever you go. Knowingly or unknowingly, do not teach it. If you do, then I'm always there, come to me. That's my basic, and that is my basic idea. Keep your child aware of it, send them to IP Baldin and make the most of it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nakul, for speaking to us.
Yeah.